According to the creators of a new supplement called MasterPeace, humanity is currently under a covert biological attack. The pitch for this product relies on a very specific worldview. People aren't just getting sick naturally. They are being systematically bogged down by chemical poisons dropped into their environment. The perpetrators orchestrating this, according to the pitch, sit at the very top of the global hierarchy. The founders point directly to the 1%, the CEOs of Silicon Valley, and the architects of the World Economic Forum. The alleged goal of this massive poisoning campaign is absolute compliance. The creators argue that these elites are trying to force a fourth industrial revolution and usher in an AI singularity. A healthy, critically thinking public would resist this. So, the theory goes, the population has to be poisoned, kept exhausted, and disconnected to ensure the plan works. To understand the actual MasterPeace product, you have to accept this baseline premise. The marketing doesn't start with vitamin deficiencies or poor diet. It starts with the idea that humanity is trapped in an inescapable state of elite-driven biochemical subjugation. The specific contaminants MasterPeace claims to target are highly technical. The founders point to medical interventions containing graphene oxide, a single atom-thick layer of carbon, and polyethylene glycol hydrogel, which is a synthetic polymer often used in drug delivery. Inside the body, these particles supposedly assemble into silicon-based semiconducting electronic circuitry. The creators claim this transforms everyday people into trackable cyborgs that physically emit Bluetooth MAC addresses. A MAC address is a unique string of characters used to identify a device on a network. Once this internal biosystem is assembled, the pitch alleges it is actively used by intelligence agencies for remote behavioral control and synthetic telepathy, a concept where electromagnetic signals are used to transmit thoughts or voices directly into a target's mind. To back this up, the creators cite an anonymous lieutenant general acting as an MI6 whistleblower, along with documents they claim are buried deep within the Epstein files, verifying this control grid is fully operational. The creators frame MasterPeace as a biological tool designed to dismantle a literal internal technological cage. The goal is the restoration of absolute human autonomy. If the human body has been hijacked by a transhumanist control grid, MasterPeace is presented as the direct mechanical solution to tear that grid down. The formula relies on exactly two natural ingredients. The first is clinoptilolite zeolite, a highly porous sea mineral crushed down smaller than a nanometer. The second is marine plasma, or isotonic seawater, which is water diluted to contain the exact same salt and mineral concentration as human blood. The mechanism relies on magnetic polarity. The nano-sized zeolite carries a strong negative charge. As it travels into cells, it magnetically pulls in positively charged heavy metals, graphene, and nanotech. Packed with isotonic seawater, an instant exchange happens, trapping a toxin while releasing a healthy sea mineral directly into the cell. The creators call this specific exchange process poison gapping. By instantly replacing the extracted nanotech with cellular nourishment, the body bypasses the harsh, sickening withdrawal symptoms usually associated with intense heavy metal detoxes. To prove this extraction actually works, the creators bypass standard medical tests. Instead, they use technical surveillance countermeasures, or TSCM, highly sophisticated radio frequency scanners, typically used by intelligence experts to find hidden wiretaps and bugs, to physically measure the removal of Bluetooth signals from their clients' bodies. For scientific validation, they lean heavily on figures like Robert O. Young. Young is a controversial researcher who claimed to find graphene oxide and silicon particulates inside COVID-19 vaccine vials years before others, a discovery the MasterPeace founders say made him a target. The company funded its own double-blind, peer-reviewed studies tracking the reduction of forever chemicals and aluminum in human subjects, but they explicitly chose to publish these clinical trials in an international journal based in India. Their reasoning for going overseas is structural. They argue the American medical establishment and Big Pharma would actively block the publication of their data because a natural, unpatentable sea mineral threatens the multi-billion-dollar market for prescription pills and symptom management. In the context of the pitch, rejection by mainstream science is a feature, not a bug. The resistance they face from regulatory agencies is offered to the consumer as ultimate proof that the product is a genuine, feared threat to the establishment's control mechanisms. For about $53 a bottle, users take a few drops of structured water twice daily. The founders claim the physiological outcomes include a massive reduction in internal toxins and a drastically deeper, more restful sleep. But the most heavily advertised cognitive claim is a noticeable, undeniable increase in dream vividness and dream lucidity. The creators attribute this directly to the product decalcifying and hyperactivating the pineal gland. These biological results serve a much broader ideological purpose. A clear mind and a functioning pineal gland allow users to mentally disconnect from the AI control grid engineered in places like Silicon Valley, restoring their ability to think critically and independently. This daily regimen is pitched as a tactical disruption of the alleged elite master plan. By maintaining physiological purity, the user supposedly breaks the mechanisms of population reduction and automated control. This is the core ethos of the MasterPeace pitch. In a world the creators perceive to be ruled entirely by malicious predators, achieving total physiological purity is positioned as the ultimate act of political and spiritual resistance.